Okay, we're going to take a close look at something lots of people have trouble with. When we're solving formulas for a specified variable, sometimes it's pretty easy and sometimes it's kind of hard. What people struggle with a lot of times is if we've got a fraction in a problem. So you'll notice that every single one of these have some form of a fraction in it. Here's the big thing that we want to remember. You can't solve for a variable in the denominator. So when it's in the bottom, we've got trouble with it. We've got several here with variables in the denominator. But I want to take a look at this one right here because this first one's really not too bad. If we take a look at this, we've got b over 3 equals a, and we want to solve this for b. So we want to get the b all by itself. Well, this is just like solving a regular old equation. We want to get the b by itself, so we want to undo this dividing by 3. So we're going to multiply this side by 3, and we're going to multiply that side by 3. The 3's, of course, are going to cancel. We're going to get b on this side, and then we're going to have, we usually put the coefficient down front, so we would write that down as b equals 3a. If we take a look at this problem, it's exactly the same as what we had over here. The difference is the b's in the denominator. And a lot of people think, well, gosh, if I could just get rid of that 3 in the numerator, that would take care of it. The b would be by itself. But remember, we can't solve for this when it's in the denominator. So we do something fairly simple. It's the same as what we did over here. We want to get that b up where we can work with it. If we can't solve for it in the denominator, we're going to raise it into the numerator. So what we're going to do is we want to cancel off dividing by b. So we're going to multiply that side by b. We're going to multiply this side by b. What happens is those cancel, just like they did on the other one, and then I have a times b. I want to get the b by itself, so again, with this multiplication here, we're going to undo multiplying by a by dividing by a. And when I do that, I get 3 over a equals b, or if you want to flip it around, b equals 3 over a. So let's take a look at the next one. Again, the problem is we can't solve for a variable that's in the denominator. We want to solve this one for x, and x is down here. Now, we could just get the x up in the numerator, but let's go ahead and get rid of the fractions completely. That generally makes our job a little bit easier. So we're going to multiply this side by 5x and multiply that side by 5x. Of course, the 5x and the 5x would cancel. We get a y over here. 8 times 5x is going to be 40x. And then the only thing we have to do is get the x by itself by getting rid of the timesing by 40. So we're going to divide both sides by 40. And we get y over 40 is equal to x, and we can put a box around that. That's the answer. Again, if you want to do a big pancake flip and say x is equal to y over 40, that's totally fine. Doesn't make any difference which side the variable's on. Some people like it over on the left side. So let's take a look at this one. This one's a little bit more challenging. This entire denominator, remember, when you've got a long horizontal bar, that is a grouping symbol. So these two are stuck together for right now. So if I want to get the a up in the numerator where I can work with it, it's down in the denominator right now, I need to bring that up there somehow. So I'm going to multiply by b plus a on this side and multiply by b plus a on this side. Those are going to cancel, so I get 9 equals. This would be 10 times b plus a. Now we've got a couple things that we could do here. Probably the easiest thing that we could do is just distribute through. This, when I say easy, probably pretty straightforward. So this is 9 equals 10b plus 10a. And then we still want to solve this one for a, so I'm going to move the 10b over by subtracting 10b. So I'm going to have negative 10b plus 9 equals 10a. And I'll slide this down here and make this just a little bit bigger. So now all we need to do is just get rid of the multiplying by 10. So we're going to divide both sides by 10. And I get this. An a on this side, which is what we wanted to solve for, negative 10b plus 9 over 10. And we can put a box around that. That's our answer. You could change the order here. You could do 9 minus 10b if you wanted to. That'd be totally okay. But there is another thing that you could do. Let's take a look at this. 9 equals, make that look like this. And then we've got a 10 and then a b plus a. We could go through and we could just say, hey, I'm not going to distribute through. I'm just going to divide both sides by 10. So that's going to be 9 tenths equals b plus a. And then all I have to do to get the b by itself, or sorry, the a by itself, is get rid of the b. So we're going to do subtract b on both sides. So this is 9 tenths minus b equals a. Let me make sure that looks like there's an equal sign there. Okay. These two are equivalent. These come up occasionally. Might be a good idea to look at. But for the most part, if you can solve the simple ones, you're in really pretty good shape. So remember, we can't solve for a variable when it's in the denominator. So our trick is multiply by that variable that's in the denominator, and then we get an equation that's relatively easy to solve. All right, good luck.